Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you're having a beautiful weekend. I'll give you guys a little smudge too. Can't leave you guys out. Alright, let's see what the collective has this week in store for us. Let's see what Spirit have to say. I know the vibes that I'm feeling from getting ready for this reading and just what's been going on in my own situation. You know, Spirit used me as a tool early on to get these out, and it's been really beautiful energy. Doesn't mean it hasn't been some difficult things that have popped up, but it seems like they're being able to see the magic right now, the signs, the synchronicities, feeling the vibes is extra magnified right now. It's there's a lot of beauty going on around us, and like the simple things is what I'm feeling. It's like even through the shit storms you can see, grateful for like the lessons, grateful for the small little beauties that are inside even the biggest of shitstorms. Like, you know, how was the saying, like every cloud has a silver lining. That kind of vibe is, it's like our collective are paying more attention to that silver lining and looking forward more to discovering that than, you know, feeling overwhelmed and overpowered by the crap, which is nice for us. Yeah, let's see what else Spirit have to say about this. So, what are the overall energies, highest timelines for our collective? The moon. Beautiful. You may be reflecting. See how this kitty cat is looking at the bigger panther in this. You may be reflecting over moves that you made some time ago to become, you know, to turn from that little kitty cat into the panther that you are now. You may be reflecting on some of the moves you had to make, some of the energies you had to embody, some of the wishes and dreams that you had to believe you could achieve to get to where you are now. And you may be really realizing how important that perspective shift was, really embracing your own magic in this, that you have the ability to change your whole world around you just by changing the way that you look at it, the way that you look at yourself, the way that you deal with the shit that comes at you. There's always going to be shit that comes at us, that's life, but the way that we can upgrade ourselves in order to accept it easier, get to the point of what the lesson is behind it, really looking at, okay, what is this trying to teach me, rather than being like, why the fuck's all this shit happening all the time? You alright, puppy? You good? You know, it's like there's like a lot of mature growth that's happened within us in this collective over the last 12 months, probably especially just even this year. The way that we're looking at life, ourselves, it's all upgraded, and it feels like because of this a whole new world is opening up for us. There's new doors opening up for us. It's like we seem to have passed some sort of test that maybe no one put on us but our higher selves. And we get to be that panther now instead of the little kitty. Alright, what is the challenge, Spirit? We got Justice and Page of Pentacles. Can you... What are you doing? She's making some weird noises. Like a little piggy. You okay? Yeah? She's so fucking cute. Alright, if anybody doesn't know, I'm speaking to my dog that's down here, my Papito, my Miss Harper. If you want to come up, I'll hop down. Hop down and come up this way. Come, and come this side. Come this side. Come on, sit down. Alright, she wants to join us. Alright, so we have Justice and Page of Pentacles in our challenge. It feels like two sides of yourself that were really arguing with each other. This could be the outside of you, this could be you and a partner, this could be you and somebody else. Two sides of self really arguing with each other is coming to a peace, an understanding that both need to be as heard, as seen, as equal, as important as each other, to really have that balance to have us move forward. There is no light without the dark. You know, we have like the more that we can step into our shadow side and accept the parts of ourselves that, you know, may have been shameful in the past or suppressed, and integrate them into our everyday life as our power, the more light we can become. It's shadow work. It's integration. It's self-acceptance. It's self-love. It's everything we need for evolution. So this is setting us off. It kind of feels like the Fool card's out here, even though it's not. And it's like, it feels like we're getting set off into a new opportunity that we may not know what the fuck it is right now. We're just trusting spirit. We're trusting where we're being led. I'm actually going to pull some more from here. And this could still be happening for some of us. This could be to come for some of us. This could already have happened for some of us. It feels a little bit like different time for different, whoever's watching this. Like, just remember, this is a collective reading. So take these energies as they relate to you in your life. Flip them the perspective of who they belong to, also where it fits. Can I get more on this challenge? We got Devil, Queen of Swords. Yeah, it looks like we're accepting that some of the parts of self that maybe used to be looked at like they were the devilish side of us do have some benefits in our everyday life. When we are self-regulated, when we are calm and in gratitude for life like we have been, for even like the smallest of things. When our devil pops out, it's not so much of a demise or a destruction. It's more so of, when you can mix that Devil and Queen of Swords energy, it's like intelligent boundaries. It's intelligent protection. It's using, you know, sometimes what some would say as a sadistic sense of humor to benefit yourself and things like that. It's like when we can integrate our devil in an intelligent way, and it can be, you know, a part of who we are rather than it sneaking up on us and being a part of like our shadow self, a suppressed self that just pops out of nowhere and lashes out at others or destructs our life in all different ways of like self-sabotage, etc. Like, when we can actually integrate that devil side, that shadow side into ourselves and realize that this is a part of our power, this is who we are, we do all have light and dark in us, that then it doesn't become this horrible part of us. It doesn't become this shameful part of us. It's a part that we can use to our benefit. I think that's really our challenge right now, is when the moments in life that we do need to unleash something that is to protect us, that is to, you know, it's kind of like that. I'm seeing like, you know, the psycho big brother of our mind that's like, don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with my little sister. is so much more calm and centered and mature and knows when to speak and knows when doesn't, knows when to get angry and knows when doesn't, knows not to use their power to intimidate or belittle, or like, you know what I mean? Like that it knows how to use its own power for good. Can I look at the medicine? We have Page of Swords. Can I also get the outcome while we're here? Oh no, actually no, you said no. Page of Swords in reverse. Can I get more of that? We got some flippers. Page of Wands, Nine of Swords. So what I'm seeing right now is that even when things get flipped upside down, realizing that that's a part of our freedom beginning. It's a part of the process. Like, I literally had a moment with Spirit last week where they showed me that the crash out is a part of the climb. The explosion that has to happen in us sometimes of, you know, anger, pain, sadness, you know, like suppressing that and or being shamed from that is the bad part of it. When we are able to admit that our emotions are feeling this certain way, and we're not lashing out at others, that's not what I mean, that's a different fucking story. But I'm saying, when you sit with these emotions that are coming up for you and you're like, okay, why the fuck is this happening? I don't want to feel like this, but why is it happening? And you let this start just unfolding, and you let yourself say the things that you want to say as it comes. Even if you're like, that was stupid, that was immature, that's not like me. Sometimes Spirit get us to do this because there's suppressed emotions within us, and they don't just even have to be ours. They can belong to our family line. That's why sometimes when you're in these moments, you're like, why the fuck did I feel like that? Or say those things. I don't actually even mean them. And that's why, like, I will never deal with people when I'm in this situation either. I will deal with myself, because I don't want to say anything I don't mean to somebody else. What's coming out of me is suppressed emotion so that they can unearth themselves and they can be discovered. You can actually start sifting through the crap that doesn't actually belong to you. This doesn't belong to me, this doesn't belong to me. This emotion isn't actually tied to anything of meaning for me. This was just a symptom of what was going on. Does that make sense? So then it's like, these eruptions, they bring everything to the surface like a fucking volcano. And then they can be dealt with. Then you can understand, oh my God, I'm actually upset about this because of this, this, and this. I'm getting memories from this part of my life and that part of my life, and this person seems to be coming up in my conscious right now. Why? Because there's a suppressed moment in my timeline where I haven't healed around this. I haven't been able to tie this moment to this moment and go, I react this way because of this. And that's when you're able to do that and you're able to heal that and connect those two chords together, magic happens. You mature, you grow, you alchemize that energy into being part of your superpower, understanding that even when things get turned upside down, it's a part of the process. The crash out is a part of the climb, babe. It's how we grow. And the more you can accept these moments for what they are, rather than going, I don't want to be a sook, I don't want to be immature, I don't want to cry, I don't, let yourself have a day when you need to. Let yourself have these moments and feel them. Don't just distract yourself either. Don't then use the day to go and binge watch a bunch of things that will switch your mind off. But hey, if that's what you truly need, that's what you need. But if something's trying to erupt itself from within you, you need to sit with it. You need to study it. All right, let's look at this outcome. It's a very shadow worky kind of reading. Okay, we got 4 of Cups. So There's some energy here around the stability of our emotions. What has been passed down to us is being re-healed, re-looked at. It's some of us could have some fears coming up around our structure and stability. Some of us could have these emotions coming up just around that family line, and sometimes it's like the unfairness of what you've had to be passed down. But remember, it's not just generational trauma that gets passed down. It's generational love, protection, guidance. We need to learn how to embrace that, because the more you heal the trauma in the family line, the more the family line wakes up to wanting to help you. The more the family line wakes up to knowing that you're open to help, be helped and guided and supported along this journey. Because it's up to us too to open that up. And once we start healing along the family line, and we start feeling more and more of our ancestors and our grandparents and our great-grandparents and aunts, uncles, all of the people that are here helping us, support us to our highest timeline. When we can connect in more with them, it's like, it's not just through the trauma line that needs to happen. It starts to be like love, support, protection, guidance in the best way. But don't be scared to tap into these energies now that you've done so much of this work. It can help you also understand, oh, okay, this fear I have where I'm like, I don't know why the fuck I've got this fear. I've never had to deal with anything like that in my life. This actually stems from my grandmother who has an issue with this. It's like, there's even, when scientists, they test mice, and, they'll do something to one group of mice and it will put fear in them. And then through their family line, they won't do that again to those mice. But as soon as they introduce the object that would put fear into the mice, to be the grandparent mice, if that's how you want to put it, as soon as they show that object, they don't even have to do the same thing. To the grandchildren mice, they have fear in them from that object, even though they don't know what it is, they've never seen it before. Other mice that haven't had that in their family line will just look at the object and not give a shit and continue playing around the same way they were. They will have no fear of it. It is proven that things that have happened along our family line get passed down. The trauma gets passed down, the anxiety gets passed down, and we've reached a stage in our evolution throughout the whole world where we can't hold on to this shit anymore. It's too much shit. It's too many people along the family line didn't deal with their traumas, didn't deal with what their emotions, their depression, their anxiety, their sadness. And it was all suppressed and pushed down. And now we've reached generations now where it's like we're having midlife crises in our 20s. Because the amount of energy that's been passed down to us that hasn't been dealt with is too fucking much. And that's why you're seeing such a big rise in the spiritual awakenings and stuff from people from young ages. And I've had I've been lucky enough to not only learn some of this stuff myself, but I've had other people explain this to me, and I've just been like, holy shit. Shout out Taryn, love you. There's so many healers that have felt this and understand this, but even just hearing it explained like that was just to my mind. Just a little bit, and then you add all the other little bits of knowledge you have, and it's like, holy fuck. No wonder people are the way they are now. No wonder people can't carry on just pretending anymore. We can't live in denial in this generation. It's too hard. There's too much bullshit. 4 of Cups, please, Spirit. I had no idea this reading was going this way. I love that Spirit's doing this to me lately. I have no idea what ride we're going on. I used to have like a pretty firm idea, like, you know, the emotions and stuff that were coming up for me before the reading would pretty much pave out how I knew the reading was going to go. But now it takes me on these different lines that I didn't know I was reading, but I love it. I really feel like not just me, but our collective, we're doing things so differently. The upgrades that have happened to us in the last few months, especially like everything that was getting set off during that eclipse season, and then the retrogrades and everything that's happened this year especially has been boosting us and getting us ready, and now we're starting to go, oh shit, energy's different. I can't see it, but I can feel it, and now I'm starting to actually see it. It's coming out in different ways, and it's really fucking cool. It just proves how hard we've worked. So yeah, this family line also, there's a lot of evidence here of lack mindset. Lack mindset is horrible, but everyone will have to deal with it at one stage or another, in some way or another. We are usually born into a lack mindset, and this is where everything's so hard, everything's so bad, addicted to drama and, you know, things making you feel, dramatic things making you feel more alive. The bitchiness, the gossip, the horror movies, the low vibrational frequencies feeding you, and we're learning what that looks like, we're learning what that feels like, and we're moving away from it. A lot of us that are watching this are probably the black sheeps of the family, the scapegoats, the people who have been told that they're doing it wrong, they're feeling it wrong, they're, you know, and it's for a great reason. You weren't meant to feel it like everybody else. You were meant to feel it differently, because you are changing these generational cycles that have been going on for so long. You were starting to see that it's not all just about karma, it's about vibrational timelines. You can either live in fear, lack, and hate, or you can live in love, abundance, and gratitude. And the more that we have hit rock bottom and got depressed and had everything fall upside down on us, we have learned through those moments that we have to live in gratitude. We have to live in love, or we are forever feeling broken. And through that, we've watched our lives shifting and changing for the better, and all these positive things happening. And that's where we see, oh fuck, there's two different timelines. There's many different timelines here, but there's two major timelines going on here. Lack, hate, and drama-filled crap. And love, abundance, and gratitude, and generosity, and acceptance. And we're moving towards this. Sometimes things happen. We still get pulled back here, just to be like pulled back like a fucking bow and arrow back to here. And that's normal too. If you're feeling that, just know you're about to be flung back this way. That's normal. It's a part of growth. It's that muscle memory. The more that we can practice living in this abundant timeline, the more it becomes muscle memory. Every time we get pulled out of it, we know how to get back to it really quickly. So also have compassion for yourself in that. We don't just change overnight. This is a long life process. And still, something can happen tomorrow that brings you back down in this, oh my God, I don't know if I can achieve it. Oh my God, I don't know if I can have that. But you're eventually going to build yourself back up, because you understand that the crash out is part of the climb, babe. The feeling, the emotions is a part of getting to that powerful stage, that King of Wands energy. I love this. It feels really powerful. If anybody is struggling with their shadow work, I do shadow work one-on-one sessions. If you want to reach out, we can organise one of the appointment for that. We do them on Zoom. But yeah, you can also just start researching shadow work. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. There's a lot of ways. When I first started researching it, I was like, I don't fuck with this. I've been doing it in my head my whole life. I don't want to sit there and start journaling it. And I don't have to do it that way. That's not how I work when it comes to shadow work. I work in different ways. And you probably do too. There's some people will journal. Other people process things very differently. So know that, even if you're researching it and you're like, oh, I don't really like this, there's a different way. There's always a way around it. Everybody has strong, our magic usually lies around something to do with an element, whether it's fire, water, wind, or earth. There's usually something that's dominant in you that gets that ball rolling also. So yeah, if you want any help with shadow work, or if you want a private reading, I also do psychic development classes, one-on-one with them. There's all different levels to that also. You don't have to know anything to do with being a psychic or energy. We start from the beginning, or you don't have to be an amateur either. There's still different things that I can teach you through spirit on whatever level that you're at. So hit me up and we can get to work on that. But I will not inbox you personally first. So if anybody's doing that, that is a scammer. There's a lot of that going around, and I apologize. Just know that I'm not reaching out, messaging people, asking them to do this. So if you get one of them, please report them, block them, All right, let's get one more card. 2 more cards. Spirit just said, okay. 2 more decks. Move you up into here. That's a lot. I'm going to take the top and bottom. No, I'm going to take all of them because it just feels right. So we've got this beautiful transformation card going on here. See how she's kind of cocooned herself with her own wings? I see that as spirit is literally like wrapping, like angels are literally wrapping their arms around you right now. And there's a divine protection going on here as different parts of you not only awaken and open up, but are getting connected to different parts of the ether. See how these lotuses here and here are opening up and shining their light out, because they're like, it reminds me of an Avatar, how they put their hair into the horse. There's parts of your openings that is going to connect in with these parts of the ether, and spirit are protecting you during this time. There are angels all around you. You may be finding a lot of feathers right now, or be very drawn to a specific crystal. Maybe celestite is what I'm hearing right now. That's a very higher realm, higher vibrational crystal that can help you tap into those angelic realms. And here we have evolution with this gorgeous mermaid, and see this DNA line that's coming through here, as well as the octopus. It's like there's something about octopuses. To me, they are the aliens of the sea. I love them. They are like, there is a higher intelligence to them that I think we as humans just don't understand, that they don't even come from this planet. And there's something about them and their DNA, like, I find it funny how it goes from octopus, then DNA lines to a mermaid. And it's like kind of as if like a mermaid is a descendant to an octopus, like, and some of us could be descendants from mermaids, which then in turn makes us descendants of octopuses. It's like there's some sort of higher intelligence of the sea here. I believe the sea is a wide world of alien activity. I always have thought that there's a whole nother world going on underneath us, and you may be getting drawn to learning more about that. Your higher self, your soul, might just be energetically tapping in to some of these spaces without you even realizing it. We then have the heart chakra and the sacral chakra. So knowing that these two energy centers, would really like it if you concentrated on opening them up. And, you know, I was shown years ago that, you know, they spin both ways. It's like a wheel that spins both ways at the same time. So even just taking a moment and feeling that energy center and wanting to, like, getting it to unstiffen, picture it as like an old disc that, you know, things have grown around, and it's just slowly starting to turn, and all of the old dirt and leaves and vines are starting to snap off, and it just starts turning, but it's turning in both directions at the same time. I'm probably sounding so woo-woo and so crazy, but I don't give a fuck. The right people will understand me. And I want you to do that in both the sacral and the heart chakra. So the heart chakra is, of course, around where the heart is. The sacral chakra is just below the belly button. That one's orange, and the heart is green. So you might also want to look into different sound healings for those areas, crystals, whatever you're drawn to, really. Okay, let's have a look at our affirmation for the week. I'm going to go with this. What's our affirmation, Spirit, for this big week of what looks like some elevated shadow work, some higher intelligence of shadow work? Not so heavy, like it doesn't feel as heavy as shadow work usually would. It feels a lot lighter, a lot easier. We got the shaman, lunatic insights and cosmos. So some people might think you're a fucking flaming galah, you know, like, but you know what you're being led to. A lot of people think I'm a fucking flaming galah, but I really couldn't give a fuck anymore. I know what I'm talking about, and I'm not trying to attract in people who don't know what I'm speaking about. I'm speaking to the people who do. So I'm just not really bothered by those who look at me that way or think of me that way anymore. I know that I'm here for a greater purpose, and so are you. The more that you can be your weirdo self, the more that you will attract in the other weirdos who fuck with you, and you will turn off the ones who don't. And on her book here it says, am I crazy or is it just the moon? And I think we all can relate to that feeling. A few other fell out, but this came out last night. I got magic mushroom. I'm going to read all of them just because it feels right. It feels right. Alright, we got stay open to the good and the beautiful things from Magic Mushroom. This is miracles, fairy energy and opening up. I love me some mushroom energy. I love me some fairy energy. Look how beautiful this is. The Spirit wants you to stay open to the good and beautiful things. Like we said at the start of this reading, we're finding so much beauty in even the hard times right now. And it's just a breath of fresh air right now. You may want to spend some time alone. You may want to take yourself out somewhere and just enjoy some, like, your own energy in a beautiful space with a beautiful view, you know? It doesn't have to be anywhere fancy, just has to be somewhere pretty. We got Spirit of the Tree. This came out last night in my collective reading on TikTok when I was on live. If you are in need of a lesson, there is wisdom in the trees, nature, priestess, and inner peace. There is wisdom in the trees. And last but not least, this is going to be our affirmation. Drop it in the comments below to claim this energy. You are worthy of beautiful things. I want you to say, I am worthy of beautiful things. Fuck yes, you are, collective. Claim it. Love you so much. Thank you for watching. Bye.